This is determining the kinematics, net force, and kinetic energy of a hockey collision. I played hockey all my life, an avid hockey fan, so I've seen the best and worst part of the sport. With championship winnings and electrifying goals does come harmful injuries at the fault of collisions. Through the deeper understanding and expansion of knowledge about the speed and magnitude of hits in hockey, we are able to better interpret the effects of the collisions in order to improve treatment and prevention of injury. Shown on this slide are the aspects of my project that I chose to focus on: analyzing the movement of a collision, calculating physics aspects, modeling the collision, and developing a problem around a hockey collision. Here is a scenario this project is analyzing, where Nicholas Cronwall of the Red Wings body checks Ryan Clough of the Sharks. Here's a comparison of the two players. Note their weight, especially. I developed a system schema and motion map to model this scenario, as well as energy pie charts for each of the players. Using Tracker to analyze the motion of both of players in this collision, here are the calculated values I found, with the most noteworthy being those of momentum, net force, and kinetic energy. Total kinetic energy is not conserved within the collision, and kinetic energy is lost for both players. Both the net force and the impulse experienced by Cronwall and Clough are near equal and opposite. Momentum is conserved within the collision, and as kinetic energy is lost, this collision is inelastic. Shown here is a screenshot of my computational model, as well as a link to the code. The two skaters are represented as balls colliding into each other, and the code uses the initial and final velocities and masses of each player to model the situation and print the kinetic energy and momentum before and after, and total net force. Kinetic energy, momentum, and net force were defined with their formulas. The actions of the skaters before the collision are modeled at the top of the code, with the actions after modeled under the while loop. The model shows two objects moving towards each other and bouncing off in opposite directions. The computational model assumes that each object maintains a constant velocity, moves in one dimension, and collides head-on. Even though I struggle with code in general, I'm happy with my model. I derived inspiration from other one-dimensional collisions we modeled in class. I was happy that the printed values printed as expected, but I wish that so many inputs weren't necessary for the code to operate. In order to reduce the harmful effects of hockey collisions, less impulse can be felt through increasing the time of impact through more elastic and cushioning properties into hockey gear and equipment. I found that quantifying a hockey collision was very helpful. I never really thought of two players in a collision feeling the same amount of force, but being able to calculate the momentum, net force, and kinetic energy, and visualizing Newton's third law was really interesting and helped me understand. Shown here is a class problem I developed asking to find velocity using conservation of momentum and whether or not the collision is inelastic. Here's the answers and work to the class problem. Thank you.